You're having a conversation with your 20-year-old self. What is the best piece of advice that you tell your younger self?
There's nothing you really accomplish in this world that you really ultimately do by yourself. Number one most important thing, there's just no substitute for a great work ethic. There's a lot of competition out there. You just got to differentiate yourself. You'll get noticed that way. You can take a risk when you're young. It gets a little harder as you get older. Start early. Let the age-old art of compounding work for you.
You're having a conversation with your 20-year-old self. What is the best piece of advice that you tell your younger self?
Finish college.
Did you end up dropping out of school?
I did.
Why would that be the advice that you tell your younger self?
Because you should always finish what you start. If you start it, finish it. Maybe it helps you, maybe it doesn't. At the end of the day, I got blessed. I didn't need that degree, but it still would be nice to have it hanging on my wall.
And what industry did you end up pursuing?
I'm in oil and gas.
Oil and gas?
Yeah, and I've been very successful from hard work, dedication, and being loyal to the company I work for.
In today's world, there's a lot of controversy behind renewable energy, oil and gas. What are your thoughts on the future of the oil and gas industry and what it holds for people that are pursuing that industry in today's world?
You definitely can't do without it, although a lot of people think you can. That cell phone you're interviewing me with is from oil and gas. The industry has to evolve where the world is going, but it has to understand its position, taking care of the environment, taking care of people.
Excuse me, sir. Question for you. Sure. If you were to go back to when you were either high school or college and you're having a conversation with your 20-year-old self, what is the best piece of advice that you would tell your younger self?
Well, if I'm 20 years old and I'm in high school, I would tell myself to get my shit together. Dumbass, you're 2 years late. If I was in college and I was 20 years old, stop chasing girls and drinking beer. Just because you make a bunch of money, don't go out and buy the Porsche with the whale tail and all that.
What was the most amount of money that you ever made in a single year?
It's in the 7 digits.
What industry did you ultimately pursue a career in?
Commercial real estate.
How can someone break into commercial real estate in today's world?
It's all relationship based. So if you're just starting out commercial real estate, you need to know every building. You need to be in the lobby of every building, figure out what's going on in there. Being busy creates opportunity. If somebody tells you no, don't take no for an answer.
If you were to go back to high school or college and you were to have a conversation with your 20-year-old self, what's the best piece of advice that you would tell your younger self?
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
No, excuse me. Don't take shit off of nobody. Don't go to Vietnam like I did.
So did you serve in the Vietnam War?
Hell yeah. That's why I'm walking limply because of my spine. A helicopter crash. So we were in combat. I'm a disabled Marine Corps Vietnam era veteran. If I look back, would I do it again? Hell yes. What I would tell people is this. I will say this. A lot of people don't want to hear it. God and Jesus first and foremost. Because that's what helped us out in Vietnam. Don't forget about God and Jesus.
Excuse me, sir. Question for you. If you were to go back to when you were 20 years old, what's the best piece of advice that you would tell your younger self?
If I go back 20 years, I say you made it, son. You've made it. You have made it.
Are you a business owner?
Yeah.
What advice would you give to someone wanting to start a business in 2023?
You must have an attitude to be successful in a business. Be real. Make your customer feel from home to home. You never give up. Be persistent in what you do.